So welcome back everybody to the 9th day of 31 Days of Horror, and today we're taking a look at 20 Million Miles to Earth. Again, this is got special effects by Ray Harryhausen, released in 1957. Clocks in at 82 minutes long, and once again mixes the horror, science fiction and monster genres. This was directed by Nathan H. Uran, who also directed The Seventh Voyage of Sinbad and First Men in the Moon, two other films that had special effects by Ray Harryhausen. He also directed The Deadly Mantis, which is a fairly decent creature feature, as well as Jack the Giant Killer, which, although that also had stop motion effects, they weren't done by Ray Harryhausen, but they were still fairly decent for a lesser known stop motion animated led film. This also stars William Hopper, who had minor roles in Stagecoach and The Maltese Falcon, but he was also one of the leads in The Deadly Mantis. Also stars Joan Taylor, who was in another Harryhausen-led special effects film, Earth vs. the Flying Saucers, and stars Frank Puglia, who was in Phantom of the Opera from 1943 and Brute Force alongside Burt Lancaster. So, decent cast, but no big names in there. And the plot itself concerns the first manned flight to Venus returning to Earth. The rocket crash lands in the Mediterranean near a small Italian fishing village. The locals manage to save one of the astronauts, Colonel Calder, played by William Hopper, the mission commander. A young boy also recovers what turns out to be a specimen of an alien creature that grows at a fantastic rate. It manages to escape and eventually threatens the city of Rome. So, I really enjoy this film. It's probably the better of the two outside of this and It Came From Beneath the Sea, purely just because it's a little bit more unique in terms of its setting in Rome, and something else that I'll get to in a minute. So, now this has, as per usual, superb special effects by Ray Harryhausen. Just to give you an inkling into the kind of level of detail and work that goes into it, there's an action scene where the creature is being attacked on the bridge, and obviously because the creature's quite small, you have to make the bridge look even smaller. So the little bricks that were put onto the bridge only were measuring about 1 centimetre each to make the monster look bigger, and there's a lot of them, and just doing that one scene with that one bridge must have taken absolute for ages to construct. And there's also a scene where the creature attacks an elephant, and now the elephant has to also be animated as well as the creature. So you've got two of those creatures fighting one another, and you've got a great amount of animation and work going into that, and it's all very effective and really well done. It's also well paced, has some well executed action scenes. I like the look and the sound design of the monster itself. The sound itself is elephant noises, but sped up to a high speed. And the creature itself is definitely a more sympathetic creature than is typical of these kind of films. And it's also got a lot more of a personality as well, because it's a creature that's not trying to conquer the world. It's not trying to, kill humanity off or anything like that. It's a creature that's purely been brought from its home planet to Earth, not by its free will, and is now being attacked and scared by people that also are scared by it. So, it's really good in that regard, because most other creature features like this, it's just, an unthinking killing machine, which is really not the case with this. And, the lead characters are likeable enough. So, a really solid film this is. Easily one of the more notable creature features from the time, not just because of Harryhausen's effects, but also because of the personality and the creature itself not being atypical, or typical even, of the genre. And the Rome setting is certainly different to the usual, American cities that are getting flattened or anything like that. So, really enjoyable, and really well done. So, I highly recommend it if you haven't seen it before. And, being as short as it is, it's really not going to waste any of your time, even if you don't end up enjoying it as a whole. Nonetheless, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.